Tonight was the premiere of Next Gen NYC, the docuseries that promised to peel back the polished veneer of influencer life, revealing the raw, unscripted truths beneath. And for Ariana, that truth was a heavy, glittering secret she'd finally dared to speak. She smiled, a practiced, confident curve of her lips as Hudson McElroy, her steady anchor in this swirling storm, squeezed her hand. His presence was a comforting weight, a silent reminder that she wasn't alone. But even with him by her side, a tremor ran through her. Episode 1, airing tomorrow, held the revelation. The money she'd earned, astronomical sums from sponsored posts since she was 14, was gone. Taken by her parents. The words still felt alien on her tongue, a betrayal of the fierce loyalty that bound their unconventional family. Yet she had said it. On camera, and now the world was about to hear. "You okay?" Hudson murmured, leaning close, his eyes reflecting the concern she tried to mask. Ariana nodded, taking a deep breath. "Just surreal. 17 years ago, Mom started on Bravo. Now it's me." She chuckled, a brittle sound. "Full circle, right?" But the circle felt more like a tightening noose tonight. The public had an insatiable appetite for drama, for scandal, especially when it involved the rich and seemingly perfect. She knew the headlines would scream, the comment sections would ignite. And what would Kroy, her stoic, protective dad, think? He'd signed the release, given his blessing for her to share her story. But hearing it, seeing it dissected on national television, that was a different beast entirely. The first brand deal had felt like magic. 14 years old, still navigating the awkwardness of braces and growth spurts, Ariana had stumbled into a world where her everyday life, curated and filtered, could translate into cold, hard cash. A selfie with a new skincare product, a quick video endorsing a trendy fashion line. The likes and comments piled up, followed by emails from agents, then contracts, then checks. She remembered the thrill of that first payment, a number that seemed impossibly large for simply existing online. She'd shown it to her mom, Kim, her eyes wide with a child's wonder. Kim, ever the entrepreneur, had been ecstatic. "This is incredible, Ari. You're a natural." At first, the money flowed into an account she thought was hers, a burgeoning nest egg for her future. She pictured college tuition, a down payment on a small apartment in Atlanta, maybe even a designer handbag or two. But as the deals multiplied, 3 posts a week, sometimes more, the numbers grew and the control over them subtly shifted. "Mom, can I buy that new camera for my vlogs?" she'd ask, excited about expanding her content. "Of course, honey. Just let me handle the finances for now. It's a lot, you know, taxes and all that. We'll make sure it's all set aside for you." Ariana trusted her. Why wouldn't she? Kim was her mom, her manager, her biggest cheerleader. Kroy, too, was always there, a quiet, reassuring presence. They were a unit, a fortress against the outside world. So when Kim would occasionally ask, "Ari, can I borrow a little from your account? Just for a bit, until my checks come through for the show," Ariana never hesitated. "Of course, Mom, take whatever you need." She saw it as helping out, a temporary loan within the family. Her mom was always working, always hustling, but the entertainment industry had its own slow, winding payment cycles. It made sense. She was part of the family, contributing. She felt proud. The requests became more frequent, more substantial. "Just for the house, honey, until Kroy's NFL pension comes in. Or, for the kids' school fees, it's just a holding pattern." Ariana, absorbed in her burgeoning career, in high school, then college applications, barely registered the growing disparity between the astronomical sums she was generating and the dwindling balance she thought she had. The shock, when it came, was like a physical blow. She was 20, looking into setting up her own independent finances, and the truth was laid bare. The account, once brimming, was empty. Not just low, but gone, every cent. She confronted her parents, not with anger, but with a bewildered, aching confusion. Kim, tearful, explained the desperate financial straits the family had been in, the mounting bills, the constant pressure. Kroy, his face etched with strain, admitted his own struggles, the unforeseen challenges after his football career. They hadn't stolen it, they insisted. They had used it, out of necessity, with the full intention of paying it back when they could. But the intention didn't change the reality. Her hard-earned money, her security blanket, her future had vanished. The revelation left a raw, gaping wound. It wasn't just the money, it was the trust, the feeling of being protected. Ariana Biermann gives an update on her dad, Kroy Biermann. Although she admits it's been very difficult to discuss her family issues on camera, Ariana Biermann insists her parents have been fully supportive of her transparency. The 23-year-old Georgia native addressed the topic during the June 2 premiere party for Next Gen NYC, a new docuseries about a group of young friends juggling careers, romance, and family life. In episode 1, June 3, Ariana opened up about her financial situation, claiming her mom, Kim Zolciak, and dad, Kroy Biermann, took all the money she made from sponsored content deals. I started posting on Instagram. I got my first brand deal when I was 14, Ariana said in a confessional. I was doing like 3 posts a week. You can get paid astronomical amounts to do a story or to do an Instagram post, and I made quite a bit of money. Unfortunately, my parents took my money. I can't say exactly what they used it on, because I just found out that it was gone 2 years ago. What does Kroy Biermann think of Ariana Biermann's Next Gen NYC gig? The headline-making revelation, of course, shocked many viewers, but what did Kroy think of his daughter's candid comments? He hasn't said anything about it since it came out or anything, Ariana told Briefing on Bravo. But you have to sign a release for these things in order to talk about things, and he was willing to do that for me and was okay with me sharing my story and the things that have gone on over the last couple of years, and he's been supportive in that. Kim Zolciak celebrates Ariana Biermann's latest career move. Kim, who is in the midst of a divorce from Kroy, has also been quite supportive of her daughter's career milestone. The Real Housewives of Atlanta and Don't Be Tardy alum took to Instagram on Tuesday, June 3, to congratulate Ariana and her boyfriend, Hudson McLeroy, on the Next Gen NYC premiere. I could not be more proud of Ariana and Hudson for the season premiere of Next Gen NYC, Kim captioned the post, which featured red carpet photos from the series premiere party. Talk about full circle. I started filming for Bravo in 2008, and now 17 years later to see my baby girl, who was 5 when started she filming on RHOA, on the same network. It's pretty surreal. Kim went on to thank Bravo for always believing in her family, and expressed excitement for Ariana and Hudson's new chapter. I love that you were able to share this with Hudson, and that you two of you were able to embark on this new adventure together, she continued. I love you both so very much, and I can't wait to watch. Ariana returned the kind words in the comment section, saying she felt so blessed to have Kim as a mom. I love you beyond words, the influencer wrote. Thank you so much for paving the way for me. Ariana Biermann clarifies her comments on her family's finances. Days after the new Gen NYC premiere, Ariana set the record straight about her and Kim's money situation. In episode 1, Ariana claimed her mom would regularly solicit money for general home and family expenses. The Atlanta daughter suggested she would always grant Kim's requests, which led to a misconception about her own financial status. I think people have a different idea of my money situation and think that I'm balling, she and told Briefing on Bravo. I'm like, no, definitely not the case. Ariana also clarified that any money she sent to Kim would eventually be returned, as her mom is very good at paying her back. She said her mom was getting paid for multiple small screen jobs, but those checks typically took a while to come through. She's done a few shows, which is amazing, and so they take a second to get paid out for everything, Ariana explained. My mom always pays me back though, but it's definitely gotten better. She's working really hard. Ariana Biermann reveals where she stands with her parents. Ariana expanded on the money situation in a June 5 Instagram video, reiterating that Kim and Kroy did take her money between the ages of 14 and 20. However, she emphasized there was no bad blood between her and her parents. In no way, shape, or form was this me trying to bash my parents in any way, she said. I wouldn't be here without them. I hold absolutely no anger or hatred in my heart. I'm just not capable of that. They say that money is the root of all evil, and I do believe that, at times, I have watched money destroy relationships, and I will never be in that position. I will never allow that to be my life. The Unscripted Heart, Ariana's story. The air in the bustling Manhattan loft crackled with an electric energy, a blend of anticipation and the faint scent of expensive champagne. Ariana Biermann, resplendent in a shimmering emerald gown that caught the flash of a dozen cameras, felt a familiar knot tighten in her stomach.